You know, it's pretty wild to think that people once bought a single Bitcoin for less than $1. And today, well, those same coins have completely changed lives. It's an amazing story. But there's a truth that often gets buried under all that hype. So let's get one thing straight, right from the very beginning. This right here, this is the foundation. When you do it right, crypto trading is a discipline, it's a skill. It's not about rolling the dice or buying a lottery ticket. Every single day, people all over the world are asking these exact questions. Maybe you've even typed them into a search bar yourself. You're looking for real answers in a world that can feel, incredibly confusing. And today, we're going to answer them slowly, clearly, and most importantly, honestly. So here's our roadmap. We're going to start with what this whole thing is really about. Then we'll walk through the first steps you need to take. We'll talk about realistic expectations, get into the right mindset, and then finish up with some golden rules to keep you safe. Okay, let's dive right in. Before you even think about placing your first trade, you've got to understand the world you're about to step into. At its core, yeah, the definition is pretty simple, but let's make it even simpler. Think of it kind of like a new form of digital gold. The biggest difference? This market is fast and it literally never sleeps. It's open 24/7. No weekends off, no holidays, no closing bell. The goal is always the same. Try to buy when the price is low and sell when it's higher. That gap, well, that's either your profit or your loss. And this brings up a really important point. You've got to know which game you're playing. Are you an investor? That's someone who buys and holds, sometimes for years, because they believe in the long-term potential. Or are you a trader? A trader works on much shorter timelines, trying to profit from the constant ups and downs. This guide, well, it's for anyone who wants to understand the discipline of being a trader. So you get the big picture, but how do you actually get started? Let's break it down into a simple, safe path that anyone can follow. Honestly, the process is way more straightforward than you might think. First, you just pick a well-known, secure trading app that's available where you live. Second, you create your account and verify your identity. It's a lot like opening a bank account online. And third, and listen, this is probably the most important piece of advice in this entire explainer, you start small. I mean, really small. We're not talking about your life savings here. We're talking $10, $50, just enough to get your feet wet and start the real process, which is learning. Now, this is where so many beginners make their first huge mistake. They start chasing after coins they saw on social media, the ones promising to be the next big thing. A disciplined beginner does the exact opposite. You start with a foundation, Bitcoin. It's the original. Then maybe you look into Ethereum, which is like the platform that so much of crypto is built on. And you absolutely need to understand stablecoins like USDT or USDC. They're tied to the dollar, so they act like a safe anchor in a stormy sea. These assets, they teach you discipline, and that's worth way more than some quick, risky bet. Okay, so we've covered the how to start, but now we have to tackle the big one, the how much can I make? This is where dreams can collide with a pretty harsh reality. I guarantee you this is one of the most searched questions about crypto out there. It gets right to the heart of why people are so interested in this space, and it really deserves an honest answer. $100 a day. It's the magic number, isn't it? The goal that so many beginners have in their head. So, is it possible? The short answer is yes, but, and this is a really, really big but, it's not possible in the way that you see online. It's not some easy trick. It's not a secret you can just unlock. See, making a consistent income from trading, that's a profession. Just like being a doctor or an engineer, it has requirements. You need experience, probably years of it to understand the market. You need significant capital to trade with. You need a rock-solid risk management plan to protect that capital. And most of all, you need the emotional control to stick to your plan when things get scary. And this leads us to a crucial mindset shift. As a beginner, your goal isn't to make an income. Your goal is to get an education. The money you make or lose is just the tuition fee. The real profit is the knowledge you gain with every single trade you make. You have to remember, this market rewards patience, not desperation. Now we've arrived at what might just be the most important part of this whole discussion. Trading isn't just about reading charts. It's about winning the game that's being played inside your own head. This is such a great way to look at it. A disciplined trader basically thinks in reverse. You prepare to buy when things are quiet, maybe even when everyone else is scared. And you prepare to sell when the price is already way up, when the crowd is celebrating and getting greedy. It goes against every natural human instinct, and that's exactly why it's so hard to do. And that right there explains perfectly why most beginners fail. They do the exact opposite. They jump in and buy when everyone's talking about it, when greed is at its peak. Then they panic and sell when fear takes over. They're just chasing fast money, and they don't even use the most basic safety tools like a stop loss to protect themselves. What's the common thread here? Every one of these mistakes is driven by emotion, not by a logical plan. And that really says it all, doesn't it? The charts can tell you where the price has been, but it's your psychology that will decide what you do next. If you can't win that inner game, you have no chance of surviving the outer one. Okay, let's take everything we've talked about and boil it down into a simple framework you can actually use. Think of these as your golden rules for survival as you get started. Here they are, just 4 simple, powerful rules. 1. Start small, with money you are fully prepared to lose. 2. Learn slowly. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Treat it like you're learning a new skill. 3. Protect your capital. That is your #1 job, always. And 4. Ignore the hype. Just tune it out. Your decisions have to come from your strategy, not from somebody else's excitement online. In the end, it all comes down to this. Success in trading has almost nothing to do with getting lucky. It's the result of preparation, of discipline, and of understanding yourself just as much as you understand the market. The question isn't, will I get lucky? The real question is, am I willing to do the